Well, good afternoon. As you can see, we are back at it again. Two rods are already out. Basically, I've come the opposite end to where I was before. So, in that corner down the back there, and the sun is out there, so I have to be a bit careful. I'll be wherever there, and they're coming the opposite side. I was going to go in halfway up. The wind's coming into us. The sun is out, obviously. As you saw, I was going halfway up, but there's actually another person there, which is shocking. I suppose I was going to be the only one here yet again. Wonder why I got my shades on. It's because the water, reflection from the water is quite bright into the eyes, and you end up squinting. And these do take the reflection away. Plus, I've been walking around the lake anyway, and I've seen no activity whatsoever apart from that corner, just up in that corner over there. Just in the margin, there's a little swirl of dust. Obviously, a fish has been in there and swam away. I didn't see what it was, so I couldn't tell you if it was a carp, roach, or what it was, or even how big it was. It was gone before I could see what it was. Stood around for a little while, in case it was a bird, but it wasn't. So, yeah, so that's a bit of activity. So kind of a inspiration, I suppose you might class it. You know, just something. There is actually something there. So if that wind is hitting the microphone, put it around there a bit more. So yeah, so I've got two rods are out. One left rod is on a bloodworm, snarlman rig star. The line is Think Link with a curved point hook in the D rig, I suppose you might class as. So it's sitting like a snowman. The other one is on the triple nut from Bait Tech one. This is one I had before, trimmed it down on exactly the same style. That's gone just under the tree there, and obviously the other one is round just over there. Again, just fishing the two rods this time, simply because I'm fishing close in. We've got the wind coming in and the sun is nice and warm, so I'm hoping that the wind's coming in, the heat putting into it, I'll be up this end. I fished behind the wind before with, as you know, no avail, and so yeah, I'm trying in on the wind this time. I'll basically give them that. I've had my dinner, drank my coffee, or had a cup of coffee anyway, and I'm just going to sit back and just basically watch the water and see if there's any activity, and just mooch up and down, see what's in the margins, and that's pretty much all I can do at the minute. So, fishing the same lake, as I know, lockdown as you're aware, and this is my club water and it's local to me, so therefore I've been here quite a lot until lockdown is eased off and we can start slowly dispersing to other places, but I'll probably fish this right through. So at the minute I'm waffling on, I'll hold my round, go and sit in that lovely sun and keep you out of the wind. Speak to you in a bit. Well, so far it's now 2 o'clock. It's been absolutely, apart from the sun being nice obviously, but the wind is a bit for chill, which is nice because the sun does seem like they're heating the wind up a bit, so we've got a breeze coming in. It's quite warm, although you can feel a slight chill to it. However, that's besides the point. The fact is, nothing's happened. There's no fish shown whatsoever. I've had a walk up there, back again, just to see if there's anything in the corner, and there's nothing there at all. I can't see nothing on the surface, break on the surface, sorry, it's not looking everywhere else. Even going around there, just up that platform there, just looking in to see if there's anything just in that margin there. There's been nothing. Very quiet. I think it's going to be harder going than I thought. I have sort of changed the baits a little bit, but I do have other tricks up my little sleeve, so hopefully, if not today, it'll be next time, so I think in a couple of days. Yeah, apart from that, that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. So yeah, the sun is nice. Take a wander up here. You can see into that sun, it's lovely. Just losing the heat a little bit, but it's getting to that time of afternoon, unfortunately. And that is all up to date. Well, it has come to that time. It's now come to 4 o'clock, dead on the dot. It'll be another half an hour, and as it stands at the minute, we are on to another blank. Like I say, nothing has happened at all. As you can see, the wind has died right down to a very small ripple across the water, and that temperature is starting to drop, hence why I've got my jacket on. As soon as that sun goes over there, that will drop temperature quite quickly, I think. However, as it stands, like I said, it's another blank, another one. That is how it is. It's winter time, it's going to get harder. You just got to find where they are, and once you can find them, you'll be laughing. But it's just a case of finding where they are. So on that note, I will wrap it up there, and see you next time. Oh, and thanks for watching if you got this far. Well, good morning. We are fishing again. It's come up to just gone 10:30. Been a good hour. So I walk around and like you're doing this, that and the other, and fishing a slightly different peg. The side I haven't fished before, or sorry, the peg I haven't fished before, which is basically in the middle of the lake. And I've got a good range all the way up, so I can pretty much cast to a degree anyway. Again, I'm the only one here. I've already got 2 rods out, and I'm just going to quickly show you the rigs I'm using. This one is a slightly bit different, but it's a little bit shorter basically, and the hook is different as well. So basically it is all of the Thinking Anglers stuff. It is actually quite good stuff to use, quite like it. And basically what it is the hook, start with the hook side, is it's a curved point. It's got a slightly in-turned eye, and that's attached to the beads, hook beads, and the hook link, what do you call it, hook swivel, micro swivel or something like that, and a size 6 hook. You've got a bit of putty just down there, and I'll tell you why I put it there in a minute. The skin, or the bleed, is it's the cam skin. It's the olive green, which you've got like a 2-tone fleck in it, which is quite nice, and that's the new and long anti-tangle sleeves. Now the difference between these and ordinary sleeves, which you've got some little grooves there. And what the idea of that is, you can put a putty around that if you wanted to, and hold it into place, and obviously the grooves will hold it so it don't slide up and down the plastic. At the end of it, it's just a standard loop, so whatever loop you want to use. In this case, it's the figure 8 knot. It's quick, it's easy to use, and I've got a small loop at the top there, simply because if you have too big a loop and the knot's down here, when you put the sleeve over, it seems to be that way these days. Your knot will be back there, but you will not get it over your quick link swivel, depending on your attachment to your line. So that's why I've got a small loop, just ease of ability for myself. The bait I'm using is the Signature Squid, and as you can see, I don't know if I can do it. No, I can't. I have to do it. Then they'll hold them in hand. I've just chopped and churned it around, so you got like a little piece off it, so it's sort of half round and a few chops off it. Why? Just to make it look like it's been there a while, or it's breaking down, whatever, and basically go from there. So that's the rig. The other ones are pretty much the same. It's a little bit longer on a basic bottom bait rig, and the only difference is the hook. I've just got a curved shank hook on, again at size 6, and on a pop up. Now what I've done down there is I've ruffled that up, the braid up, so it comes away, so you've got a little bit of flexibility. And also as well, what I'll do is I'll hold the putty in place and the putty won't slide up and down. Right, just got to show you a little thing. I've washed this on YouTube, Adam Penning to be precise. And what you do, if you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. Mesh net, I've got a pellet in there. All I'm going to do is just going to slice that through the net, like so. And with a lead, which I've already tied on a bit of leader, just going to pull it through, loop it through there, like I see it, there we go. Obviously pull the latch over, and you pull that over the lead, like so, so your rod don't fall anywhere. He says it gets stuck halfway through. There we go. Pull it down to the lead. And then all you do is attach that loop to your link swivel. So I can't get it on. Go around there like that. Should use the other one really. Right, just pull that round. Let's try a different way. Okay, so that basically pulls in like so. We got in there eventually. Now obviously just pull that sleeve over like that. Now I've got a long one there because if I want a longer mesh net on it, you can. Now I've only got a little bit on there because I just want to put a little bit of pellet around my boilie on my popper. And as you can see, helicopter rig. I'm just going to adjust it a little further down. And with the hook bait, naturally, again, click it to the quick link swivel. Like so. And obviously just make sure you pull the sleeve over, which I'll do down here because it's a little bit easier. Careful not to slip and put your fingers into the hook because it's going a bit wrong at the minute, which it would do. Right, let's just pull that hook over. Right, a bit like so. Just like that. So you've got your helicopter rig. Now all I'm going to do is, it's kind of it's a good idea actually, because it's like a PVA bag. You don't put your bait in the middle. You literally put the hook on the side. It's down the bottom there, but then that mesh net, bait will then come round your hook bait and bobs your angle, and that keeps it all in line in a helicopter style. Just it won't spin round when you cast out, so that keep it nice and neat and tidy. Here's alternative version to the PVA bag. I'm going to give it a whirl, see what happens. It is kind of similar to having that just on the ordinary hook length and then putting it over there, but I find, like he's done, it seems to be easier to do it that way. So I'm going to chuck that right over there as best I possibly can and hope we get a fish on it. If we do, that'll be the first one for a while. So I will get on with doing it. Well, I've just literally lobbed that 6 squid out there in the middle, and I thought I'll just take a bit of time to make myself a cup of coffee. And we've had a bit of activity. It went forward. See, the line went reasonably tight. Let's come back again. So there's a line bite. I'm happy with that. That means the fish are moving around. so all is good. We'll see what happens, mate. Just keep a very, very good close eye. Right, I'll sit back and drink my coffee. And see if I can get you around a bit more. See if we can get a run on take on run. Run on take. Bite on run. Call it what you want. Right, well, before I was very happily interrupted, and my cup of coffee that is, I was just going to say the baits I'm using. I'm actually trying 2 different sort of baits, and they are seen them advertised quite a bit on Facebook and Instagram, and they are the Outlaw Pro. They're baits. One is Supreme Seafood, and the other is a Natural Attract. The seafood one has a kind of honk to it, but it's not like horrendous, well, at least since I glugged it. And the Natural Attract has an aroma to it, but I cannot put my finger on it. It's not a horrible smell, it's quite a nice smell, but I just can't put a finger on it. The Supreme has been glugged up in the Sticky Baits calendars with krill mix and krill clusters, all piled into my little bag. Seals the flavour in, and a bit of green lip mussel as well from Sticky, and that absolutely honks. So that's my middle rod, which is over the back, which I'll show you a bit later on. The other one has had condensed milk, heated, so it's liquidised, runny liquid, and a bit of the claydon mineral on top of it as well, soaking into it. So hopefully it'll soak into the body, if not at least put something around for the high attraction. And that's under the tree to my right. And the Sticky Bait signature, as you've seen, is out, randomly casted out into the middle, and that's the one I had a little knock on. So there is something moving around, or it picked up and dropped it. Whichever, I don't mind one way. It's a sign there's something there. So that's what I've done at the minute, and that's all I've done at the minute. I just left it. I haven't touched it. There's no more action has been upon it, so it might have been done. I don't know. Or like I said, it may be a liner just going across my line. It's just enough to pull up, and then I'll slowly drop it back down. If that's the case, it means there's a fish moving around. I'm going to use my left one as a roamer today. I'm just going to chuck it sort of rattling around to see if I can locate them or find them. I may change it over to just a basic bottom rig, pop-up rig, and just use that as a single bait just around, just to basically see if I can find them. There's been no shows whatsoever. There's no indication of where they are or what they're doing. It is just a case of you just got to find them. Fished around the lake, most of the lake, and had nothing. Again, no shines, shows, or nothing apart from corner. There's a little splash in the margin, just enough to put the soil out. I couldn't tell you what it was, because by the time I even noticed it had gone, it had disappeared. Say, got one Natural Attract down there. Excuse me, down there in that corner. My favourite little corner. I do like try and put a bait down every time we come down if I can. And the other one is, where are we? That platform there. Just a little bit further out from the platform. I had put a little bit of bait around it. Not a lot, just about a handful, and a little pellet. Same with that one, and that one, as you saw, had the pellet in the little mesh bag, and that's round about there, just on that ripple. No, a little further out, so it's sort of past the ripple, and that's the one that's been beeping. So Who knows? Anything can happen. The biscuit was nice as well, by the way. That's the Fox's Crunch creams. You can't beat them. Yeah, so at the minute that's all that's happened. So it's just the left hand one is out there. And that's it, compared to also as well, compared to the weather we have had the last couple of 3 weeks. It's been cold, I've been wrapped up nice and warm. Today I had to take the thermals off and sit behind me because it's a bit too warm. And it is quite comfortable, about 5 degrees, there's a little breeze cutting through as you can see just on the surface. But we're quite sheltered here, so it's not really getting to me. But it is quite nice, it's quite pleasant. The water is not cold. I put my hand in the water to see if it was cold. It's not as cold as I was expecting it to be. So yeah. Really, it's not that cold. Still clear though. So we'll see. Now all I want now is those, I don't care which one. One of them little bad boys to sing and a lot of dancing. So yeah, we'll see. Right, well, just come to 3 o'clock and gone, and just check. Yeah, 3:10. Nothing has happened whatsoever. Again, no shows, no nothing, no signs whatsoever. The left hand rod has been a bit sort of, the odd beep here and there, and I think it's because what it was, or what it could be, is just down there's a load of pads, or broken down pads. There's a few roach in there, because how the line was going out, just in the edge of the pads as it went out, they could be knocking into it. So what I've done is, just half an hour or so, I've put the rod just at the edge there. So they've got the pads there, I've just gone a little on the edge of there, just to see if there's anything in here that may possibly stir up the bike, and I don't know what's happened there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I don't know. So that's something I'm just going to try for about 20 odd minutes or half hour or so. Like I say, it's now 3:10, so you know, just putting a few thoughts in there, ideas, possibilities, try and locate if they are in the region of pads or a warmer area in there. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm struggling. Well, my day is coming to an end. I've got about half an hour left. Yeah, half an hour left before it starts to sort of go into dark. I will be here to the very last possibility the minute I can, and as it stands at the minute, I'm on a blank again. Hey, pure lack of trying. It is now starting to get misty, as you can see in the water, and you can feel the damp in the air as well. Perfect example, I don't know if you saw that. Anyway, I hope I managed to pack down. As you can see, all my stuff's there. Just got to put the rods in, hooks go in, straight in the bag. So there, at the minute, like I said, it's down a blank. The wind has dropped. The temperature's not too bad, but it is getting damp. We'll call it a day, and unless anything happens between now and I time to pack up and go home, we will basically see what happens. However, blank is another one on the list as it stands. Right, I'm going to get this camera away while it's still had a little bit of dryness on it, and if you've got this far, thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's another blank, but that's fishing for you. You can't predict it, you can't expect to catch every single time, and this is actually the reality of how it is. So I will stop the Jaffa, see the rest of the day out, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, see you either later or next video. When that'll be, is I do not know. So for now, see you later.